to a podcast. So, welcome. My name is Sam Nang. Man, I'm a lifestyle and performance coach, hybrid athlete, and philosopher. But today I'm your host, coaching for this coaching call or this live stream, and we're gonna talk about the power of podcasting. Podcasting is a great way to really get your message out there and to really get your story out there. And I'm gonna tell a little bit about how I got started in podcasting and how it's helped me and my business, and some of the benefits and some of the support and some of the frameworks that I built out for you guys so you could learn today. And hopefully you guys get a lot of value. I'm gonna put it on a podcast, so if you guys miss it on the live stream, I'll put it on YouTube and get this information out there for you guys. But I do really want to get this out there because I think it's very beneficial for the folks in the marketplace, entrepreneurs, creative folks, people that want to do side hustles, just a creative outlet to get out there. But getting your message out there, especially if you're a remote coach or like an entrepreneur, really sets the tone, really sets the authority that you're someone that should be listened to. So that's the power of podcasting. So let me start with the story. My name is Sam Nang. I am 38 years old. I'm a lifestyle performance coach. I have this podcast that I started along with my online remote business this year, and it's really taken off and got some traction and really helped with my business, my networking, and getting leads and clients that are very warmed up and understand the message that you're saying. So that's the reason why podcasting is so powerful. So that's me. But prior to that, my mission is to serve. Right, my mission for the Flow In Flow Out podcast is to elevate the collective vibrations, because I just, like, probably most of you guys listen to this live stream or listening to this podcast have gone to some kind of hard time, some issues, some but had many people on the guests talk about their struggles: depression, sadness, anxiety, mental health issues, postpartum depression. I've talked openly about my divorce and my therapy and everything. So there's a powerful message that people have out there that I believe is to tell an inspiring story. And that is part of why I love podcasting and love bringing guests on there and starting to tell stories and helping people and coaching people and showing each other how we have conversations with each other. So that's why I love podcasting so much. I've recorded 42 episodes, so my goal will continue on, but as I go. But the podcast is called the Flow In Flow Out podcast, and really at the end of the day, what we did was my high school friend named Danny. We caught up on Facebook and Zoom. First it was Facebook, and then we scheduled a Zoom call, and we were throwing out ideas because he's in digital marketing as well too, and so am I. And we said, let's start a podcast. And literally we started a podcast and we recorded it on Zoom. And now we're on live stream, and we're on YouTube, and we're on Spotify, using different things. The one recording studio we use is called Riverside, and we will go over some of the other things, more technicalities into the presentation. So those are some of the benefits. So I've listed it here for you. Expanding audience reach is that's what's I'm doing. I get leverage showing my expertise, and my expertise is lifestyle performance coaching. It revolves everything in under the sun of personal development, and personal development is a big category, so it could fall into a lot of things. So that's why I like podcasting, where I could do my research and enjoy putting it together and putting it into a long format content, so you guys can enjoy it. But if you're a digital marketer, if you're a coach, online business and stuff, you're trying to leverage your social media, this really is the new way that most influencers that are up there, like Alex Hormozy, Gary Vaynerchuk, any of those guys, they are using podcasts and cutting clips to show that they are speaking to somebody, they're coaching somebody, they're doing what they are an expert at. So, and it's easy, and just from personal experience, from networking and reaching out to people, one thing that is super easy to get people to say yes to is being a guest on a podcast. You ask anyone, it could be here's an example. I've had somebody or have some folks here in the RMT coaching life coaching service uh, 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 program that I went through, and the chief marketing officer of the program is interested because I told him what I was doing and everything and helping some of the students, and he was interested. So, and I have the other CEOs of companies, 6-figure, 7-figure companies, doctors, some pretty high up folks that have valuable time and sharing, giving them opportunity to share their message. They're very open to saying yes to the opportunity. So that's one benefit. And we talked about this establishing authority and credibility. Yes, that is key, especially when it's online remote coaching. People need to see you about 60 to 80 times before they start to like you and they know you and they trust you. So this is what established authority and everything. And there's a marketing strategy that I use personally. And we could talk about that, when it's if you're interested in doing like personal coaching, more like tailored specifically towards you. Building a personal connection. This is really big, actually, especially if you guys are in a life coaching, therapists, anytime, even business, digital marketing. You're building a personal connection before anything. Before business comes, it's like your connection with the person comes first. They listen to your content, they resonate with your content. And the great thing about podcasting and like when it comes to like lead generation and everything, and I don't like the word lead generation, is like creating community members, people that resonate with your message. When they book a discovery call, the feeling is that they already know you, right? It's better to work with somebody that already knows you, that already trusts you. So it builds a warm lead leading up to your discovery call, to your strategy call. So it's extremely valuable, extremely powerful, because the first thing I do when I hop on a discovery call, I would ask somebody, I was like, hey, what was any of the message or any of the content resonated with you? Can you tell me what resonated with you? And there's certain things that I know will trigger people to respond, and I open them up and talk about that. And those are the things that when it comes to life coaching, remote coaching, when you get somebody open up and trust you, that's when you can serve them better. And that part of like this personal personalization and the connection and stuff, it creates a genuine connection, and that person is more likely to work with you, right? And we talk about monetization opportunities, is it leads to warmer leads, it leads to more trust. And when you're doing marketing, especially if you're selling like coaching programs or anything, a lot of your marketing is going to do the heavy lifting for you. And podcasting, for me, does a lot of the heavy lifting for me. So when they come, they're already sold, they already want to work with me, they're interested, they like it, they see the results from the other people, and use it as case studies, and use it as creative opportunities for other people to be a part of the community. So there's monetization where you could get sponsorships and advertisings. I do not do that for myself. There's other people that have larger followings on like podcasting platforms that have it and can do it. I don't do it. I do it just to help with booking discovery calls and getting to know my community members. And here we talk about networking and collaboration. So you are genuinely building real relationships. And let me talk a little bit about experience from here and how many people I've had. A few amount of people on the podcast now. I can't remember, but had maybe about, I think, 12, 15. I have more lined up, and people are very interested in it. And genuinely, when you network, and we're talking about building genuine relationships, part of a podcast, and it's crazy. And sharing this, like most people are, they're not very public. They don't want to share that, but when they jump onto a podcast, it's it's like different. Like people just tell you the whole story, just because they're on a podcast. So you genuinely learn more about people. You get to know whoever you're interviewing and everything, and it helps build really good life skills at the end of the day. And you could build your communities around this. And I've used podcasting. Like, podcasting is not the sole thing that generates income, but it supports everything in my community. So I have Peak Performance Academy, I have the Flow In Flow Out podcast, and then I have my personal brand, and it shows and it covers a lot of the things that the message and the mission that I'm trying to broadcast to people. And that's what podcast is. It's a radio station. If people like listening to your stuff and they come back for it and stuff, that's what a podcast is. And that's how you expand your audience reach, right? And some of you guys might be hearing this, that like podcasting is very overwhelming, might be a lot. There's a lot to it. That's why I created this live stream and this presentation and a coaching program to it, to help speed up the process. But expanding the audience reach, and this is part of some of my coaching as well too, that I'm a performance coach, where I could help you understand what your mission, what your purpose is, how we kind of develop your podcast. My podcast wasn't this, and 7 months ago. It got developed as I went through it, and sometimes it's all about just starting and the philosophy behind what I say, what I do, and how I podcast and stuff. It flows into everything. It's just figure it out, and you can figure it out. And we're here for support to help you. Expanding audience reach is really just being truly authentic to yourself and your mission. Like, it takes a lot of work, it takes a lot of effort to podcast, it takes a lot of effort to get guests on there. But if you're driven by your purpose, your mission, and most people that are in the remote coaching space, there's something that's driving you to do something and put your message out. And that's what drives me as well too, is I want to help other folks as well too, is get into podcasting, because podcasting is a good way to express yourself and be, show this individual creative process. So now let's talk about planning your podcast. And like I said, like, you don't need to be 100% on planning your podcast, but it's good to have a plan, right? But I think you don't need to be so perfect on your plan that it keeps you from uh, not doing your plan. So part of this live stream is to give you the plan, the framework, the idea, the inspiration. But there's also opportunity for you to take a step and to work with us as well too. So what we're gonna do first is to identify your niche and your target audience. You define your demographics, understand who you're speaking to, create an avatar, and engage with your audience. And this is marketing, right? I have a marketing background, digital marketing background, but creating an avatar, this might be some struggle for some folks on here, but the person that you're speaking to, and when you know who you're speaking to, you could start to really engage with your audience, and people start to resonate with your message. An avatar is basically a person, a fake person. Like this live stream, this podcast, I'm talking to like somebody, right? I'm mentoring them, but there's nobody here, well, physically, but I'm speaking to like an avatar. So getting your podcast mission and vision. So we actually developed it on the podcast. So if you wanted to watch some of the old Flow In Flow Out podcast, it was developed on the go. We basically said FIFO, figured the F out, and then we changed it to Flow In Flow Out, because I found out that F words are not good for marketing. And yes, I do say the F words on my podcast once in a while, but it just to show you that I'm passionate about my stuff. But I try to keep the profanity down. But FIFO, flow in, flow out, and the mission changed into elevated the collective consciousness, right? Or not consciousness, vibrations. The word consciousness scares people, but I want to say vibrations because it doesn't scare people, but we're elevating each other. We're helping each other out, teaching each other new skills, and supporting each other in this new endeavor. And I want to be part of that message, is to help you take that step into the podcasting, naming your podcast. So yep, I just told you there's ways that I can work with you and create something creative and fun that is tailored specifically towards you. and creating engaging content, choosing the formats, interview, solo episodes, and co-host episodes. Oh yeah, this is good. So there's a few things. When I first started, I had a co-host, which is great. You could bounce off ideas. Like if you tend to speak, I speak in like 2 to 3 minute intervals, and then I kind of lose track of what I need to say. Having a partner, 2 to 3 minutes, 5 minutes, and then taking a break and having the person, the co-host, chime in, gives you an opportunity to kind of gather your thoughts and reply and rebuttal. So that's like a conversational one, similar to interviews. Having a co-host, having an interview where you're interviewing each other and just giving each other opportunity to say what's on your mind and what specifically, and then to share, ask, give each other the opportunity to coach each other, ask each other questions and stuff about each other. And part of that, you're getting genuine connection, you're getting more information out from that person, and you also get to share it to the audience members, which is valuable, right? It's a win-win-win situation, not just a win-win. It's a win-win-win situation for the co-host, the person that you brought on as a guest, and for the audience members. So you want to make sure that you're hitting win-win-wins. That's, in business, is fantastic. That's how you gain some traction and momentum and success in what you're trying to do. And then solo episodes. Be honest, I've done a few solo episodes. They haven't been as popular. But there's opportunities where if you want to do like 5 minute, 10 minutes, I've done 5 minutes, 10 minutes longer deep dive solo episodes that are specific towards like meditation or like journaling, or learning how to elevate the vibrations and stuff. So those are still out there. I don't think they're as popular as the one where I bring on a guest. So there's different types, different formats and stuff, and I would recommend how I started to get guests. I just started asking close members of people that I already coached. Like if you guys are a coach in the RMT coaching program, if you have coached somebody already, a follow-up episode is a great thing, and that's what I did. I coached somebody. I got I think it was 60 hours that I did, and then the podcast started picking up, and I said, hey, would you be interested in talking about how I coach you and what my experience was? So that shows you a level of follow-up and care, that coaching is not just a once in a while and stop, but and then we got the technical setup. So I list a few things here. In the coaching program that I put together, we'll have a list of equipment. I'm gonna put it together where you could go expensive, medium expensive, or you could go on a budget, because there's different ways to go. I'm more of a medium budget type of person, so we'll put a list of resources where so you don't have to like research and go different places. We can save you time. We'll get you some links for microphones, headsets, video cameras, different options, different hosting sites, and where to upload it. Those are all put into the technical side that I'll have into the coaching program. And the coaching program, and we're talking about launching your podcast here. So this could be part of creating your launch plan, launching your podcast. So creating a launch plan, it's a schedule is what you want to think about the most. Is how often do you want to release an episode? And this is where it's very challenging and hard for most folks. But I would suggest starting off slow. I had a co-host and we were able to pump out 2 episodes per week. And then when he switched over and started making his own podcast, it was just me. So I dialed it back down to just once a week, in which I can do comfortably once a week, something that's good, valuable content. And then there's creative things where, like this is considered like a podcast. I'll put it as a podcast. But there's different things. But some strategies for your marketing launch, you could tell people, or you could just do it like I did. I don't know, let people know. I mean, people love podcasting nowadays. It's something that I think help people expand their thinking. So marketing, the way I marketed is I just did it and I just started sharing amongst my networks, my Facebook groups, my LinkedIn, my Instagram, text people, email people, I don't know, my communities and stuff. So it's wherever you want it to get to. You have to find that ideal avatar and find where it is, and then that's where you put your marketing efforts at. And that's a little bit of my digital marketing background. And if you want to watch the Flow and Flow Out podcast, the original ones, uh, our original co-host is a digital marketer. So part of the podcast was I was learning on the fly and putting this together for you as well. So I'm not saying I'm the expert in podcasting or anything, but I have some experience and success and seen it through to 42 episodes and continue to do it and continue. I want to continue to do it, and I will continue to do it and make this podcast and this offering better and better. And then you put your podcast to your directories and stuff and then pump it out. The one thing I do want to tell you guys, and just from insider and just saving you guys time, when you upload to YouTube, Spotify, or Apple, normally there's not an audience there until you have to grow it. So that's where the challenge is how do you tell people, if you're a Facebook user and you have a lot of users on Facebook, how do you get them to listen to your podcast? That's how the marketing works and everything. So yes, so we're getting near the end of the coaching call. So I'm going to say, ready to launch your podcast. Join the Power of Podcasting Launch and Grow Your Podcast course. So this is an offering that I put together for everybody here. If you are interested and if you like what I'm saying, what my message is resonating with, I put a offer together, and it's a very good framework, very simple one, and I'll tell you a little bit about it and how you can get in touch with me, and I would love to work with you. So are you ready to take your podcasting dreams to the next level? Our comprehensive 2-week coaching program is designed to transform beginners into podcasting pros and get your podcast launched. All right. So program highlights. So this is going to be hosted on School. My coaching programs are hosted on School, in which you will get an invite if you are interested in working. So what will happen is you get 5 in-depth modules, basically covering everything that we went over. You're going to have that plan, that framework, and put that all together and everything. I will work with you. We have the modules, we have the worksheets to put together, and the strategy sessions to develop your ideal avatar, your marketing plan. If you get stuck on anything, that's why we have the 2 coaching sessions. You have the 2 personalized strategy sessions, so you get real-time feedback, tailored advice, and technical support to get you up and running. So the first strategy session is to help you with your marketing efforts and who your ideal clientele is, and doing that groundwork and doing the planning and everything. And then the second strategy session will be more of a technical one, where we get the teach the basics and or get you up and running with your technicalities of like hosting and videoing and everything, and then teaching you how to edit, upload, and all that. And then we'll have guides, we'll have resources for you so you can speed up the process. And that's what we'll have there. So gain access to free yep. Secure your spot today. So basically what I said to you and the value, hopefully you guys got some value from this live stream, this coaching call. I hope you did, because I enjoyed putting it together and I'm very excited. I knew this something that was missing in the marketplace, and I really wanted to bring something that was very beneficial to coaches, entrepreneurs, therapists, digital marketers, fitness expert, that will help you. I think this will help everyone. So if you're interested, the regular price for this is $997, but I'm giving you guys a fraction of the cost, 50% off, $497. It's a fraction of the cost, and what I could guarantee is that you will get it up and running. Right, that's the guarantee. And when you get it up and running, I'll be on there the first episode to be your co-host to help you launch it and get comfortable and coach you through the first one. And that is like my guarantee for you guys. I want you guys to be successful, so that is my guarantee that I will be on there and a podcast for you and help you launch the first one. And if you have any follow-up questions about the live stream, about podcasting, lifestyle coaching. Along with this podcasting venture or this offer, I do provide lifestyle coaching as well too. So I'm um, other side of me is that I'm a life coach and lifestyle performance coach. So I'm a practitioner in flow, so I could teach you how to get into a high performance zone. And we've been doing something else too with our lifestyle package, and we've been bundling some few things and putting some new offerings together. And one of the new things that I do want to tell you guys about is this meta identity shifting coaching program that I put on top of the lifestyle program. It is meant to help you reframe how you see yourself, how you see pain, how do you see discipline and everything, to start to reframe it so it benefits you in the right areas. There's too many people, I think, are afraid of pain, but there's a first part of it where we start to understand some of the stuff that we're avoiding about ourselves, some of the limiting beliefs, some of the emotional baggage that we're holding on to ourselves and stuff. So those are all things that hold us back from being successful in our nutrition, our fitness, working out, podcasting journey, entrepreneur journey, success journey. Those things all hold us back. But once you start to remove that, you become a little bit more weight off your shoulders, right? The less weight that you, emotional weight that you have on your shoulders, the more likely you'll be able to complete that activity or that workout. So we work to remove some of those limiting behaviors or limiting thoughts, and then we start to help you develop something new, like an identity of a more disciplined person. If you want to be more disciplined, it's not, peak performance is not for somebody that wants to sit back. People that want to be peak performers will have discipline. They'll work out and stuff, they'll eat healthy, they know their mission, they'll be driven with certain things. So that's part of what the meta identity shifting program is. And then we have all the other supportive stuff for you to, whether you want to change your body, you want to learn how to meditate, you want to learn how to manage your energy centers, all those technicalities and everything will be there for you guys. It's going to solve a lot of your problems of knowledge. The benefits are there, the guarantee is there, the coaching is there. So if you're excited, I'm excited as well too. So I think I'm excited to roll this out for you guys. I'm gonna link this on my Facebook, on my podcast. Click to book a discovery call if you're interested in working with us to launch your podcast, improve your, and become a peak performer. Right. I also have a free Facebook group as well too. So do join the free Facebook group. I am giving away Mastering the Art of Productivity ebook in there as well too. So lots of fun stuff happening in the personal development field that I'm putting out. So it is my passion. It is what inspires me. It is what wakes me up to get out here and do what I do. But I am signing off. That is my live stream, my podcast, my coaching call. So if you guys enjoyed it, the feedback, please share. The coaching calendar or the link is on my profile. I would love to talk to you, do a 15-minute consultation, see what kind of stuff that you want to work on, and whether it be growing your brand or just, becoming better in all those areas. Any of the podcasts or any of the messages that you see from me, please, I would love to hear from you. All right, guys. Thank you, guys.